Yo, what's good with y'all? In today's video, I got how to make a basic magic power system with like mana system and stuff. So pretty much I'll show you guys how to make like a mana bar, like a bar that keeps track of how much mana the player currently has, and show you guys to make a basic fireball ability and that how to take away mana so that like they have to have a certain amount to use abilities, spells, whatever you want to call it, and stuff. So yeah, this will be similar to my magic spells video I made like a month ago, but different because like I said, it's with a mana system and stuff. Thank you guys for all the love and support you guys been showing on the channel. I really do appreciate it. Like I said, I am back trying my best to get videos out as consistently as I used to, so expect more consistent uploads throughout the month of December. And yeah, what's up to everybody watching the premiere? This is a recorded video because I know people say things in the chat and stuff, but I do go back to read everything you say, so I will see what you're saying. This isn't a live stream, just in case anybody was confused. But anyway, let's go ahead and get straight into the video. Okay, so for the first thing, let's go ahead and knock out the UI, and then we shall move on to the scripting. Okay, so let's make like a mana bar. So pretty much, some UI that'll keep track of our what's it called? How much mana we currently have. So let's make the full bar first. So let's head on over to Starter GUI, insert a screen GUI, rename this to Mana GUI. Disable reset on spawn. Definitely disable that because we will have issues if you don't yeah. So then let's insert a text label. We'll rename set text label to full amount text label, right? And then here are the coordinates I use for the sizing and position and stuff. You guys don't have to use these exact coordinates, but I would recommend you do. And the reason is this: it matters. The position doesn't matter, but the sizing does matter, because like when you're calculating like the width to like make changes to the bar and stuff, for it to like know how much to decrease by whenever like you lose mana and stuff, it depends on the size. So like if you are going to change the size, I would recommend following along and then just change it like when we're done, and like I've explained how the whole system works. But anyway, so for position I did 0.032, which like the top left corner of the screen, and then 0.206, right? For sizing I did 200 by 32, so just made it a little skinny. Inserted a UI corner, then made the Y value 25, inserted a UI stroke, right? And then I made the color white, changed the stroke mode to border. So since this is full, this would be well, it could be white if you wanted to. Obviously we don't want any text, but it's up to you guys for what color you want. I just want like a nice faded darkish gray color. Then 0.3 transparency, and that's the full amount text label. Then we can duplicate this, so Control D while having it selected, rename this one to current amount text label, right? Then with this one, of course, you're going to change the color. So since it's mana, I was like, let's just do blue, right? This is our current amount, and then all you really have to do is there's actually nothing else actually for us to do, because yeah, remember, because the player will start automatically with their mana full, so there's actually nothing else for us to do. That's actually it for the UI. So yeah, so then we can go ahead and head on over to Starter Player, open that up, insert a local script, rename said script to magic script, in parentheses put local. Boom. You're going to delete print hello world, and then I'm going to create a few variables. First, let's get the user input service. So local UIS is equal to game get service user input service, right? Then we're going to get the twin service. So we're going to say local T. I just had a great video idea. Actually, now that I think about it. Ooh, let me write that down real quick. Hold on. Or no, this is not Python. How to get the time of the day. Okay, so just ignore that. I just had a great video idea and I don't want to forget it. Anyway, so TS is equal to game get service. Let's get the twin service, right? Then we're going to get the local player. So player is equal to game.players.local player. Then let's get the magic remote event, but first we have to create that. But no, let's get the UI first actually. Let's say local mana GUI is equal to player.player GUI, wait for child, mana GUI. Then head on over to replicated storage, click the plus icon, insert a remote event, then rename said remote event to magic event. Then we're going to create a variable for the magic event, so local, so our remote event, so magic event is equal to gain the replicated storage, wait for child, magic event. Then let's get into the coding. So for the first thing, we're going to make it so the mana amount is going to be a value inside of the player that keeps track of how much mana the player currently has. So whenever that value changes, the UI will update to represent how much mana the player has. So player dot mana amount, that's what the value will be called. We'll say dot change. So whenever the value changes, dot change connect function. In parentheses, you're going to put mana amount. So this is like the newly updated mana amount. So enter. Then to calculate the width, right? So width is equal to, in parentheses, you're going to put mana amount. So the current amount of mana they have, you're going to divide that by the maximum amount of mana a player can have. Now for me, I'm going to set the maximum to 100 and stuff, but you guys can set it to whatever you want. But yeah, so this would be the maximum amount of mana. So mine is 100, so I'm just going to put 100. Then I'm going to go on the outside and multiply it by 200. The reason why I'm multiplying it by 200 was, if you were paying attention, open up the Mana UI, you notice how both text labels, right, their size, they're both 200. Their X values are 200, right? So pretty much whatever your value is here and stuff, like for the X, the X value and stuff. So this should be the same as the X value. This should be your maximum amount of mana, and then this will be unchanged. So yeah. So that's how you guys can do. I know you guys probably want to do like different sizes and stuff for your bars. Now we'll set up the tween. So we'll say local mana amount tween is equal to ts create. In parentheses, we will put mana GUI dot current amount text label, comma, tween info dot new, in parentheses, put 0.5 seconds or however many seconds you want. If you want it, if you want it to update faster, then lower the time. If you want it to go slower, then increase the time. So comma enum.easing style, you guys can change the easing styles and stuff. It's up to y'all. I went with linear, then enum.easing direction dot in. Then comma in between the parentheses, special brackets for the table. We will say size is equal to udm2 dot new. And then you are simply going to say, you're going to literally set it to the exact same size as the bars currently are, except for one thing. So I'll do 0 by the width. So we're updating the width. So our width value, which is, right here and stuff, which calculated that right there. Then comma 0, comma 32. So pretty much, everything else is the same except for the X value. So yeah. Then of course, after we set up the tween, we will play said tween. So play. Then I will set up the function so that we can use a magic spell. Like I said, it's a basic fireball. I'm not even going to set, can't talk. I'm not even going to make it do damage. I'm just literally for the demonstration purposes, so you guys can see that it takes away Monica. I don't feel like it would be like an extra 50 lines of code to set up a hitbox and hitbox detection, damage, all that stuff, when I could just instead demonstrate the ability. Like, you can go watch the full video on how to make a fireball that I have and stuff. So yeah. Let's say UIS that input began, connect function, in parentheses, put input, comma, processed, enter. We will say if input.user input type is equal to enum.user input type dot keyboard and not processed, enter. You will say if input.keycode is equal to enum.keycode. I'm going to go with the E key, but you guys can go whatever key bind you want, enter. Then I will fire the remote event. So magic event fire server in quotation marks. I'll just put spell 1, and that'll just be it. Then we can head on over to the server side. By the way, side note, I do have a sound effect for the fireball. I get all my sound effects from the toolbox. It's not really that important, but just thought I should mention that. But yeah, so head on over to server script service. Let's insert a server script. Rename said script to magic script. In parentheses, we're going to put server. So boom. We're going to delete print hello world, and we're going to make a lot of variables, or we'll just get a lot of services, I should say. So first, let's get the tween service. TS is equal to game get service tween service. Then create a variable for the sound service is equal to game get service sound service. Then create a variable for the debris service. So local TS is equal to game get service debris. Then create a variable for the run service. So RS is equal to game get service run service. Then create a variable for the magic event. So the remote events, and then this is our last global variable. So game the replicated storage, wait for child, magic event. Now let's get into our 3 functions. So for the first function, we'll create the mana amount value whenever a player joins. So game.players.player added connect function, in parentheses put PLR, which is short for player, enter. Then we will create the mana amount value. So local mana amount is equal to instance.new. It'll be a number value, right? Then we will set its name to, of course, mana amount. then mana amount dot value will be equal to, this is where you would put your maximum amount of mana. This is the maximum amount of mana a player can have, and this is like also the starting amount and stuff. So we'll say 100 and stuff, right? That's what I'll set it to. You guys can set it to whatever you want. So mana amount dot parent is equal to player, right? We're done with that function. Then we're going to create another variable. So we're going to say last update is equal to os dot clock close parentheses. So what this is, we are going to make it so that every 5 seconds, well, it can be however long you want, but after a certain amount of time has passed, the players will regenerate a certain amount of mana and stuff, right? If they've lost mana, of course, or used it, whatever. So we're going to say rs, so the run service dot heartbeat. So it's going to fire every frame, similar to a while loop, just a little different. So connect function, close parentheses, enter. You're going to say if os dot clock, right? This is how we calculate time, minus last update is greater than or equal to, then here's where you're going to put your like this is going to be the duration. So I'm going to put 5. So every 5 seconds it's going to regenerate, right? So enter. And then we're going to use a for i v in pairs loop to get all the players currently in the server. So for i v in pairs, game.players, get children, enter. Then you will say v.mana amount dot value is equal to math.min. And in parentheses, you're going to put v.mana amount dot value plus. Then here's where you're going to put how much mana will increase every 5 seconds. So I just decided to just do 5 all across the board. So every 5 seconds, the player will regenerate 5 mana, right? And then comma, and then here you're going to put your maximum, like where you want it to stop. So 100, I don't want it to go over 100, right? Then after the first end, you're going to set last update, you're going to update it to equal os.clock. So it updates with the new time and stuff. So it knows, like to wait till the next 5 seconds. Then for the last function, this is just setting up the basic fireball spell. So we're going to say magic event that on server events connect function in parentheses put plr to short for player, comma event type, comma arg1 short for argument number 1, enter. Then we're going to create a variable for the player's character. So local character is equal to player.character. By the way, I do have a fireball model inside of server storage and stuff. Again, it's just for demonstration purposes, so I don't really feel the need to explain that. But yeah, again, got it from the toolbox. So I will use an if statement. So I will say if event type is equal to quotation marks spell 1 and player.mana amounts. We need to make sure the player has enough mana, right? So that value is greater than or equal to then however much you want to set it to. Let's say since it's the first spell, we'll just say you need 15. You just need 15 mana, right? So enter. Then of course we will subtract it. We'll say player.mana amount that value is less than equal to 15. Then we will calculate the start position and wait, what is it called? So, oh my bad, guys. I actually forgot. We need to send over the start. I actually forgot. We need to calculate. We need this. Hold on. We need to send over the end position. So let's go back to the local script. Right? I forgot. Yeah, sorry. So create a variable. We're gonna say end position is equal to player get mouse. This won't take us long. Get mouse dot hit dot position. Then you're simply just gonna say comma end position. You're just gonna send over the end position, right? So boom. Then we're gonna go back here. We're gonna create a variable for the start position. So start position is equal to character dot left hand. If you're using R15, left hand. If you're using R6, then it will be left arm. So left hand dot position. Then the end position, which is arg1, so it's mouse guided. Then calculate the duration, which is equal to in parentheses end position minus start position. Go on the outside and say dot magnitude divided by 60, right? Then we'll clone over the fireball. So we'll say fireball clone is equal to game.server storage dot fireball clone. Then fireball clone pivot to character dot left, or sorry, dot actually no, it should be left hand actually. Left hand dot c frame. Then we will fireball clone dot parent is equal to, you can say workspace, I guess. Then, or probably should parent it to the hand, but it should be fine. Then we'll set up the fireball tween. So let's save ourselves some time. No, actually, no, it should be fine. So we're going to say local fireball tween is equal to ts create for the instance. Of course, we're going to put the fireball clone in there. So comma tween info dot new in parentheses put duration, comma enum dot eating style dot I put cubic, comma enum dot using direction dot out, then comma in between the parentheses, special brackets, position is equal to end position. Then afterwards, you're going to play the tween, play the sound effect, and then lastly, use the debris service to make sure the fireball is destroyed. So add item, fireball clone, and then after the duration stuff. Now let's go ahead and test to make sure everything works. So let's test. As always, if you guys want access to any one of my scripts or models, you guys can become either a channel member or a Discord subscriber. Link to either one of those options can be found in the description. Highly recommend it. So yeah, let's go ahead and test. Okay. So you guys can see we have the mono bar here. If I press E, you can see mono was taken away and stuff. And then if you wait, you saw it went up and stuff. So about another 5 seconds passes and it'll go up. It'll just keep going up, and it shouldn't go over 100. So boom, and then if we wait just like a few more seconds, the bar should not go over 100, right? Then if I were to like spam E, stuff like, notice how I can't use it anymore because I don't have enough EXE. I don't have enough mana, right? I don't have enough mana now. Like if I have 5 mana, I can't use it and stuff. I have to wait until I regenerate 15 mana. So like if we were to sit here and wait, boom, or as you guys can see, we've made a mana system and stuff. If you guys enjoyed the video, definitely leave a like, subscribe. Let me know what else you guys want to see in the comments down below. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you all for watching.